You think pizza's hard to make? Stay tuned. Baby, what do you say? Stay tuned. And we're back. Hi, my name is Anthony.
And I'm Anna.
And together we're Italian Cooking
Unscripted.
Unscripted, because everything we do is done with a pinch, a dash, or a handful, just like my mom used to make. Today we're making
Pizza.
2 ways. So that means we're going to do one that's a rustic pizza, just like my mom used to make on the square pan, which I love. And then we're going to make another one, which is more like the Neapolitan one, which is the one
I like.
And that one we'll do it on a stone.
Yeah.
We're going to do 2 really nice pizzas that you guys can do anytime you want. If we could do it, you can do it.
So making dough is really not difficult. Well, you can make it as difficult as you want or as easy as you want. I tried many ways, and finally I thought to use instant yeast. And it takes 2 to 3 hours for the dough to be ready. We make our own bread too, and it takes, again, 2 to 3 hours. We tried many flours, white, 00, all kind. And once we tried the whole wheat flour, and then we decided that we're never going to go to white flour anymore. So it's going to be a whole wheat flour pizza. What we use for that dough is the yeast, instant yeast, water, flour, salt, and I use a little bit of honey. I like the honey. Other people like sugar. I like to be more natural, that's why. So we will start with the water. A tiny bit of honey, and how much? Maybe 2 of this. We stir it well, and we make the pizza or bread with this whole wheat, but I always sift it. Look at that. It all goes. Here. So continue until it has a dough I cannot find the word.
I'll put some captions on that.
Don't forget to add some salt.
So it looks like you're getting ready to knead a little bit, my love?
Yes. Look at how easy it is to work with that. Look at how beautiful is that. I love doing that. And your mom's board is fantastic.
Even though the guy screwed up.
So even though the guy was screamed up, my grandmother had something like that. And I was telling Tony, I would like to have a board for pasta or for dough, because we use a lot of dough. I have some recipes that maybe gonna come up sometime. And he was, I have one. It's my mother's board. She made it, custom made. I was so happy.
It stayed like 5 years, just kind of at my father's place.
And here we are. This is how it became. It is a little bit sticky, but it's good. It's better like that.
Do you need a stainless steel?
Yes,
pot?
I need.
Really?
Magically comes. Okay, a little bit of oil, so it's not going to stick.
Because I reckon this is going into an oven to raise.
Yes, and we put a little bit of oil to this beautiful baby. It has to be covered. 1 hour.
1 hour?
1 hour in the oven. I'm gonna leave the lights on. We're gonna work it in 1 hour, and then another time we're gonna leave it another hour. Oh my baby, those glasses look like sunglasses.
They're not sunglasses. They have a slight tint.
Okay, my pizza man.
Actually, I'm not just a pizza man. I'm cook a pizza man. I know what's hot in the back. Don't you worry about it.
So where we start?
A pizza man.
Okay, the cook and pizza man.
I make a sauce. What I was doing is I was heating up the pan ever so slightly because we're gonna put some oil in and some garlic. Quack! To crush the
crushed it before.
because I crushed it before by accident. But anyway, getting to making sauce for pizza is like super simple. Why? Because you want to make it simple. Because it's the pizza. It's not the sauce that's going to make the pizza. It's the whole pizza, it's the whole thing. So the sauce has to be delicious, simple, and really, really, really good. So what do? I take this garlic that I crushed before, put it in there, and I take some oil. And you can go cold. Well, this is not so cold. It's a little bit cold. And then the secret, the cherry tomatoes. Now these muti ones, I love so much. We bought like 8 cans today when Anna went out for groceries because I love these ones. And remember, these ones are my secret. Instead of putting sugar, you put a little bit of the cherry tomatoes and it sweetens up any sauce, takes away that acidity without having to resort to a little bit angry. Why is it angry? Because this stove has 2 temperatures, hell hot or cold. 1, I'm going with 2. Why am I going with 2? Because we don't have to worry about anything here. Even if we have a little bit of sauce left over, this is the cherry tomatoes. They're like gold. You can use it in another sauce that you're making, so it's not a problem. So let's get these nicely simmering. This way we could crush all these little cherry tomatoes. We'll do what we have to do to get this nicely ready for pizza, because we want to put it on the pizza slightly cooler, like room temperature, even a little warm, but you don't want to put it hot because then it affects the dough. So this, super simple. I have no more cigars, so I guess I'm just going to stare at this.
You can go only with a bourbon for today.
I don't have any bourbon.
Really? Are you drinking coffee?
Well, no, I just have this coffee that you made for me from this morning.
Good. From this morning.
That's it. So let's get this simmering, my love.
Good. And what's happening with the dough?
The dough is growing.
Can we take a look?
Sure.
Oh,
isn't that beautiful, huh?
That. Yeah. And the oven?
The oven, I don't want to open it. Piping hot, sitting on the stone. Now, do you need to have a stone? If you want to make the Anna pizza that she likes, the Neapolitan one, yes, you need a stone, and you need a little one of those big spatulas, which we have. If you want to make it like my mother in the square pan, rustic style, no problem.
I don't have a stone, and you have a pan, a very heavy pan.
You might be able to get something out of it, but I'll tell you this, you will never, ever, ever get what they do in Italy. Those ovens run at like 900 degrees or something like that. You just can't get that. And there's a million ways on the internet. Do it, cook it here, then put it there, and a million ways to do it. They work, they don't work. I don't have time to play around like that. I just want to make a pizza, put it in the oven, and enjoy. So that's really the difference with how Anna and I do it. And I think you'll see. Judge for yourself once it comes out. If that's what you guys want, a simple pizza, tasty, delicious, for the family, then we're the people for that.
Thank you, Pizza Man.
I'm Pizza Man and cook. Cook a Pizza Man. Nice little simmer going. I'm crushing the tomatoes. When they're hot, they crush easy and they don't squirt everywhere, because if you try to do it when it's cold, they'll squirt everybody. Of kosher salt. And then there's something else missing. I'm going backward.
What?
Going backward. I'm going backward.
You got it.
Backward.
Okay.
Harvest show. Everybody remembers the harvest show where we froze up the basil that we picked from my father's garden. Look at them. Frozen in oil. I've got them in the freezer.
Fantastic.
Do I put a little bit of pepper? I could.
Sure.
It just adds a little taste. Now's the part where we take and make the pizza. And the dough part is probably the more intimidating part, but
And why is more intimidating?
well, because you always have these fears, but I think if you get rid of the fear, then that makes you confident. If you're oh my gosh, this is huge. If you're confident, then everything works out. So you see it's full of air in here, right?
And I think today you have 2 quality controllers. And one very important.
That's right. There is.
Very, very important.
My dad joined
io,
us.
io non sono io sono pizza magna.
I'm cook at Pizza Man. That's right. My dad joined me, so I'm under the
Io sono pizza
scrutiny,
magna.
the scrutiny eye. That's right. So what's the goal? The goal is fold it a little bit, get that air out of it. You don't want to have air in it. I know that intuitively you'd want to have air in it, but you really don't because it's going to grow in the oven. But the fact that it had air tells you that it grew nicely and it did what it had to do.
Yes.
So I'm kind of just folding it into itself to get the air bubbles out, because if not, you're going to end up with these huge air bubbles in the oven. You don't want that. Put flour.
It's still sticky?
Not that much, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's good.
Really, it's nice. It's beautiful. I can feel how it's just going to shape itself like it's nothing. So
If it is too much, we can bake some
make bread with
that.
it. That's
yeah.
right. But I'm figuring not. What I'm going to do is like a third, 2/3, because we're going to make one. That's the round one. There's the third. That's yours, my love. And the 2/3 I'm going to use in our square one, like my mom used to make. So first, the square one. Get a little bit of flour around it, like that. Now take the tray. I use this tray. There's 100 different trays you could use, but put a little bit of oil on it. You pass your hand, because it could stick. You don't want a stick job, because then it's frustrating. Not that it's ever happened to me. Dad, am I doing this okay?
Huh?
Am I doing this okay? It's okay?
Yeah. No, ci metterò io, ci metterò fare.
There it goes. The commentaries start coming. It's going to end up being Italian cooking unscripted with my dad. Now we take this. So how do you stretch this up? I learned to do it kind of like a pizzaiola guy, a cookie pizzaiola. And you start and you do with your fingers, like this. This is where you find out if the dough is good.
Okay.
If the dough starts to fight back and come back, you're done. But if it doesn't, if it listens to you as you kind of do this with your fingers. Now I found this method to be a method. Now, you could do the rolling pin too. I've got a rolling pin standing by in case I get embarrassed. I'll take the rolling pin out and the rolling pin will help. But it's all about how that dough rose and how the gluten's let go in there. It's stretching as I'm going, right?
Okay.
You know, and so it allows me to grab it this way and stretch it this way. Now, I'm not a perfect dough person, so please do not take me for that.
It doesn't go back.
But it doesn't stretch back, right? Because if I felt it stretching back, then I'd know that, I'm in trouble. I'm not going to end up with a pizza. I'm going to end up with a biscuit. And that's what you don't want. You don't want to have a biscuit. Now, remember, this is rustic pizza. So fatter, not thin crust. But I like rustic pizza. I like rustic pizza. Some people, they want to have the thin Neapolitan pizza. Enjoy.
Yeah,
I like it this
some
way.
people like me.
Like you, exactly. just to be different. So anyway, this kind of action, you gotta work it, and it gets it stretched out, which is what you want. Crust could be a little bit wider, that's okay. But look what we're doing. You see, we're getting there. We're getting to the
This is what
ta-da!
Ta-da!
That's what you want. You want to be able to work it and stretch it. And look, it's almost magical the way it happens.
Wow. Okay, so what are you gonna put there?
I have a whole bunch of stuff that I'm gonna put in there. I want to first take care of my dough.
Good.
One, and now we take the round one. Flour is your friend. And in much like the same way, I learned this from seeing some of these brilliant pizza man, which I'm not. But this one we're gonna try to make it roundish. Roundish is what we're looking for. We have roundish and thinner, because we also got to make a little crust around it, right? Don't you like your little crust around it?
I do.
And then we can stretch like that. I like putting a little bit of flour on it. We can't do Neapolitan, my love. You know that, huh? True Neapolitan is a whole other story. In Napoletan la pizza lo fanno speciale, solo loro lo sanno fare. Okay, I think we're good. We're good to get this going.
So the idea is to not be afraid of the dough.
Not be afraid of the dough when the dough's okay.
Yeah.
So, get a little bit of air in there.
Well, that's big. That's big too.
It's a little bit big, yeah, it's a little bit big. But a little irregular, which is nice, you know, it's rusticy. 1 and 2. Let's sauce them up. Nice sauce on there. Done. You guys can put whatever you want on this. You can put Italian sausage, sopressata. That's what I got here. Sopressata, as we say here. So that's what I'm putting here. That'll give it a little devilish heat. And then I like the Moroccan olives because they're very salty and they're a little angry, and that's the way I like them. So we'll put that, and then mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
I keep my mozzarella in the fridge because if not, it starts to melt pretty quick, and I don't like to horse around after. Now, I'm not a big mozzarella person. I don't like to put a ton of it on.
Yeah, you never put too much.
I know, but that's me. Some people, they might want to have it all mozzarella, full of it. I say go for it if you really like it like that. But I'm a little bit of a purist. So I'm going to go over to the other side since I got mozzarella hands already. And we're going to make our margarita.
This one needs a little bit more mozzarella, right?
I know, darling. I'm giving you
thank
all the mozzarella here. The mozzarella. This is regular mozzarella. There's also fresh mozzarella that you could use. But as my love told me, they didn't have any at the.
They didn't have any.
At the Italian grocery store.
Well, you don't trust me.
Trust I have.
That's not good, my love.
So I like to put the Parmesan cheese on it. Tasty, tasty. Darling,
yes.
You like it?
Yeah, sure.
It's going on there. I'm gonna get a little cheese on that. Taste, taste, taste. Now everybody takes basil. I love the basil. Dad, basil est bon?
Yeah.
As long as my dad approves, I'm good.
Wow.
So now we've got 2 pizzas, they go in the oven. Look at that, look how beautiful.
Oh my God.
All right, so we close, and what do we do now? We have a little bourbon.
Yes.
We chat with my dad, and we wait for the pizza to be ready.
How hot it was this oven?
That was pretty angry, 450.
450.
And we had that stone in for quite a while.
For 1 hour. More than 1 hour.
At least an hour. Time to check the pizza.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on. Oh boy.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. That's not thin crust, my love.
It's at all.
It's rustic round.
Yeah. It's almost
and
ready.
Then the top one is ready. The one on the stone is almost ready. The one at the bottom is taking a little bit more time. You got to watch the pizzas in the oven. You got to watch the bottom, watch the top. Play sometimes with it. Get used to your oven. Where's the heat coming from? Make sure the bottom gets cooked, the top gets cooked. You play around. You can put it on broil a little bit to get the top. Bring it down to the bottom if you need to accelerate the bottom. But you'll get used to it, and you'll have beautiful pizza. I guarantee you these are going to come out, they're going to be beautiful.
Oh my God, that looks so good. Let me see.
It's not thin crust. Do you want
It's
it?
not thin crust at all.
Okay,
but
well,
I
if you
know
don't want
that it's
it,
good.
I can give it to the neighbor.
No, thank you.
I'm sure Fernando would like it.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay now. This is the tray one.
Oh.
Both rusticy, but both delicious. Here's a chance for you guys to make a nice pizza. Then you can experiment. You can go a little thinner if you want. Once you get more comfortable with the dough, it's all up to you. We've had great comments from everybody. We're asking you to subscribe on YouTube. We are really enjoying this. Anna, what do you want to say, my love?
Thank you very much for all the good comments again. Subscribe.
We really appreciate everything that you do for us. We thank you so much. Dad, domanda di subscribe. Subscribe. Subscribe.
Mangia pizza.
Eat pizza. That's what my dad says. Mangia pizza. Anyway, we love you.
Salute.